And the White House proposing a plan to lower drug prices through international price indexing. Now, new ads are out opposing this plan and what it could mean for American manufacturers. Listen to this.
Price-setting schemes manipulated by foreign governments could harm innovation and critical R&D investments, support access to life-saving medicines, and the manufacturers who make them.
President Trump firing back on Twitter today, tweeting, quote, "Big Pharma is taking ads against me because I am massively lowering your drug prices," which is obviously not good for them. Medicare premiums will also be going down. I am the first president to take them on. Don't fall for their false ads. Biden's plan is for very big increases. Joining us now with more, Jay Timmons, National Association of Manufacturers President and CEO. Great to have you with us, sir. Let's go ahead and talk about what the concept of price indexing is for many people who don't know. We know the stories about people going to other countries to get their drugs for cheaper prices, why we can't bring our own costs down here at home, and why the president is proposing this idea.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me just say kudos to the president, kudos to any politician or any elected official who wants to see the price of prescription drugs go down and the cost of health care to go down. I think we all do. Look, I represent manufacturing. I represent many of those employers who are providing plans to be able to provide prescription drug coverage for their employees. So obviously we want to see the price go down too, but this is just not the right way to do it. International price indexing actually pegs the cost of drugs to other countries' pharmaceutical prices, where those prices may have been manipulated by government schemes or price controls or even socialistic policies. These are the types of things that the last campaign was argued on. We didn't want to see the government trying to interfere in our health care policy. And at that time, it was the Affordable Care Act. These are the types of policies that were rejected 4 years ago, and we think they need to be rejected again because it's not good. What we need is we need competition. We need to make sure that we have choice and access and availability so that we can make sure that Americans are going to be able to take advantage of life-saving drugs for the next pandemic, or for Alzheimer's, or for cancer, or for multiple sclerosis. We cannot do that if the government is imposing these artificial barriers.
Okay, well, you bring up an excellent point, right? We've always talked about innovation. We've talked about the fact that we have the best healthcare here in the United States for a reason, because we've got these companies that are innovating. Just one second. So it would actually stifle their ability, or at least the incentive, to put so much money into their research and development to develop these drugs if they weren't going to be able to profit from them.
Well, that's exactly right. And look, our system is not perfect. We know that. We need to all work for better solutions. But the number one goal should be to make sure that we continue to be first, that America continues to be first when it comes to research and development of new pharmaceutical innovations that cure these terrible diseases. It's American ingenuity that has allowed us to have such a broad array of solutions and cures to these deadly diseases. Cancer's not cured yet, Jackie.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. But Jay, let me ask you this: if the price indexing isn't the best way to do it, what would be the best way?
Well, competition. Competition. Look, we believe in a free market economy, right? And that's what America's greatness has been built on. That's what our economic might has been built on. The international price indexing scheme that is being discussed at the White House is not that. It's artificial price controls. That never works. That never helps to create that next innovation. So we need to make sure that we're able to compete and succeed. And frankly, you've seen some reductions in pharmaceutical prices in recent years. Let's continue to allow competition to thrive so that we can make sure that happens in the future as well.
All right, Jay Timmons, thanks for being on with us. Thanks for sharing your insight as well. We'll see you soon.